This is my 1959 Studebaker Lark, and it's swapped onto a 1994 Mercury Cougar chassis, but we simply call it the Cougarbaker. This is part of a series. If you haven't seen part 1, check it out right here. So we last left off with ripping apart the wiring and making a huge mess, as well as finishing up some welding on the inside. I have lots of wiring to finish up, so I'm starting with moving the battery to the trunk, which involves using a larger gauge wire. I need to cut them to length and crimp new ends onto them. I got a complete kit on Amazon for about $50 and got the crimping tool for about $20. Since I removed all the ABS wiring, I was able to repurpose the grommet and try to keep things factory-ish. Since I had pretty much most of the interior out already, it was really easy to route things back there. As I'm keeping this whole project budget-minded, I was planning on doing a regular battery, but I did end up scoring an Optima battery for $80 with warranty, which will make wiring for a sound system later down the line a bit cleaner. Only issue is I ordered a battery tray for a regular battery, so I did end up having to modify it. I might swap this out with one made for an Optima down the line since they're fairly cheap on Amazon. Overall, I've had really good luck with ordering stuff through Amazon as far as quality, and most of the time you can get better stuff than Harbor Freight for less money. The kit I ordered only came with red colored wires, so I ended up using some braided sheathing to make my own. As far as the grounds, I ended up welding bolts directly to the chassis and bolting in the ground wires directly to them. For those of you that don't know, this build is aimed towards helping me become a better fabricator and expand on some of my skills. Slowly I'm getting better and hope to do another swap with the knowledge I've gained and do a killer job that I would be super proud of. So thank you all for watching and supporting me in this journey. I really do appreciate you guys, and it makes me want to do better and create more. In the last video I got delayed because of this wire sheathing, so I was super happy to get this harness cleaned up. Unfortunately, I was really rushing through this day because I had limited time and had to jump back and forth on it, which I hate doing because it gets me a little foggy and causes me to make poor decisions sometimes. My poor decision was to assume the fuel pump went bad without properly testing out grounds, which I didn't want to do, so I cut through the fuel lines instead of dropping the tank properly.
Idiot!
So I needed to take a step back and reset on my mistakes. In order to do that, we need to take a step inside of my brain. Sorry you had to see that. Anyways, with a clear mind again, I found a place on the wiring harness that needed to be grounded and found out that the relay box was also bad. Easy fix, and I was able to get the car started again. Also, that little bit of coolant right there is just because the radiator cap is bad. I had reached the point where I needed to start mounting stuff to finish routing the wiring loom, so I made a quick mount for the fuse box and then welded bolts onto the chassis to create a place to bolt in the relay box. I wanted everything to be easily serviceable down the line just in case I needed to take things apart again. And I was really happy with how both of these ended up turning out. I had to redo a bit of the looming since I had to add a ground I was missing, but it didn't take long and the loom was pretty much done. The more I was getting done, the better I wanted things to turn out, and I honestly wasn't super happy with how I connected the body to the chassis in the front, so it was time to change that. Gonna do a montage. I bought a plasma cutter, did our work. Had to cut the metal right by hand. Then I went and welded it. I made mistakes, I fixed mistakes. We welded more. We got more things done and overcame obstacles. Seam sealed it, made progress. After all that, with a little bit of paint, it was looking way better. Next step was going to be hopefully bolting the front end on for the last time. which also meant I needed to make the lights work. I had to extend the harness for the plugs as well as change the plug style to fit 7-inch headlights. Luckily the wire colors were the same and I had no issues with them. On the other side, I needed to add a place to ground things out. I just welded a bolt onto the chassis and called it good. As far as the turn signals, I ended up just grinding up the original ones to the point where I could just pop the stock Cougar ones in, and it worked out well. And unfortunately, this is all I got so far. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a sub, like, comment, always appreciated, and hopefully I will catch you at the next one.